Hi everybody, it's Laura again and welcome back, and you're seeing it. I have the watches that I got at the yard sale. I paid $1/4 a piece for them, but as you know, they need batteries. I have 2 batteries already. I'm gonna have to order more just to have on hand. Most watches take the same batteries. So these other things are like faux things, and this is keeping time. It's had a battery in it for like a week now. But as you can see, they do not, the watch, in my video that I showed, where I previewed everything, the bands just fall right off. They're not glued on very good. They're not stitched here where you would think they should be. They just don't stay. So we are going to take and make new bands for these watches, and it's going to be very simple. They are going to be, I would like to make them fully interchangeable, but that really brings a lot of problems into doing that, because then people stand there at the booth expecting you to make more watch bands for them. Not good. Hold on. I have a wasp in here. Pause. Okay, so the bee is killed, and I've got a few things out. I've pulled out some of the turquoise from my Facebook buy from like a month and a half ago or so. I'm just going to leave that there because I'm probably going to get into that. I also have the tray that is full of all the, but they're silver, but that's okay. We can do mixed metals. And yeah, because they're all silver. I may not want to use any silver, but I will keep this other tray out because it's got black, it's got all kinds of good stuff. Actually, I may want to get him out also. I don't know. Let me go ahead and get just a couple more of these big chunky turquoise out, just in case. This is not going to be sold cheaply because turquoise, this is not a real turquoise. All of it is, and you know, turquoise is not cheap. And I will also be adding some Swarovski beads. I'm not sure which ones yet. We will see as we get going. We'll just see. I may or may not. I do have some amazing bead caps right here. I may use these that are down in here. Let me see if I can get some out. Here's some pretty cool spacers. Let's just pull a bunch of this out. Oh, look at that spacer or bead. That's pretty cool. You see what I'm finding down in here? So I've pretty much pulled out all the small turquoise. And here's a bunch of the bigger ones in there, but I don't want to use them all up in one project. And I am just grabbing out some bits and pieces. What have I got out here? Let me see. I've got some of those. I've got a bicone. I think I have a couple of bicones. Yes, there's, if I can get hold of them. Every time I go for a bicone, I don't get it. 2. Let me at least get 4. There we go. Let's go with that on spacers. It seems like, I guess that was my hair tickling my leg. Now I've got the heebie-jeebies, guys. These are pretty cool. But I don't see another one like I've got out there. So let's just go with a couple of these for some dramatic change. And oh, these are pretty. Let's get some of these out. And let's see what we can do with what we've got. I can get back in that if I need to. Oops, everything's wanting to slide because I have different size trays next to me. Let's get to work. So these are the 24 karat gold jump rings. And I have some of these lobster clasps. So we have this. I have this for some added interest. I just thought that black ladybug would just be fantastic. I want to make sure I'm filming correctly. Yes. We're going to maybe, I don't know, put like this. Do some of this. Don't want to be too nuggety. Let's put like some of the slim ones in together, a nugget. This part does not have to be overly large because this is a very large timepiece. It's going to take up your biggest part of your wrist. So this does not have to be too long. And I will also, whoever purchases it, I can give a small length of chain, whatever they need to have. I will cut them a length of chain to fit, and I will make this fit their wrist. So I will modify the bracelet to fit the buyer, if that makes any sense. So we're going to go with something like that. Well, how long is that? Where did I put my little measuring thing? So we're at, that out of our way. By the time we add a jump ring, because pretty much these are going to be swallowed up here. So we are at 4 inches. The watch face is about 2. So that makes 6. So we need to go about 4.5 inches. So let's go with, let's do a couple more chips. And then how about these little spacers on the end? Get it kind of standing up here. Oh, that's a big wide spacer. Maybe that's what I need here. That's more flat. Let's go with a wider. Bam and bam. Let's measure that. So we are at roughly, whoops. Good enough. Let's string this and see where we're at. Let's see. I think I'll go with the turquoise stringy material. And then you figure I'm going to have, maybe we'll go ahead and take one chip out because I do have to have the crimping things. So, and I don't know what I did with it. You would think I would have everything all laid out, guys. And I don't want bright gold. We want to stick with this color too. And I have crimp right here. So we're looking at, let's remeasure that. A little over 4.5 inches. That'll be okay. So let's go for it, guys. Get me off. Oh, I have a piece right here already. We'll go with this piece. And let's go ahead and put a crimp on one end. Put our crimp cover on. And it doesn't matter what color we put here because it's going to be covered. I'm going to bring this close to the very end, squish it flat, just like so. And I'm going to make sure, yes, it's closed. Give it a little squish, tighten it there. And we are just going to go ahead and bead. So we're going to put and of course, this all depends on how these beads fall. Ooh, he's long. Let's grab a different one. Or maybe we just want to do a long one. Let's just go with the flow. These are long, not flat like I thought they were. We'll just have to refigure what we've got. How is he? So what size bead do we have over here? One like this. So let's go ahead and do that. And this, and let's remeasure. Want that and our lobster. I didn't realize those beads went that direction. Yeah, it'll still be about 4.5 inches, so we'll go for it. Bring it all down. I'm going to go ahead and cut my excess off. You would think everything would be perfectly right here where I needed it. Wasn't that long ago I filmed another video. Cut that off. Looks like there's plenty to do another one. Open our crimp cover. Put it on. Put on a crimp tube. Make sure it's got some bend to it. When you're doing short pieces, it's harder to make sure it's not poker straight. It's on there tight. I'm going to go ahead and trim this. Oh, I want to pull this. There we go. Double check everything. Close it. Hug it here. Tighten it there. Oh, I like that. So we have right now 4 inches. We're going to add a jump ring and add our lobster. Get my flat nose. Open that. Put this on. Now you're probably wondering, why am I putting a lobster on one end? Well, that is because the way this is going to be designed is so that people can take this on and off the wrist with the lobsters, because a lot of people's wrists are a lot smaller than their hands. I did make some last year that were on stretch cord, and my friend Tammy, her hands are huge. Not huge. Her hands are big, way big compared to her wrists. Her wrists are like unusually tiny. Like really tiny. Like I think they're only like maybe 6 inches. So when she bought her watch from me, it would not even begin to stay put on her wrist. In order to get over her hand, which was fine, but to go over her wrist, to stay on her wrist, it would not stay. It was terrible. So we haven't been able to get back together so I could finish her watch, but I've restrung in the colors that she wants, and then I'll restring her entire watch that she has, the bands that she has. Let's see what these look like. With this, kind of like it against that, but maybe not too many, maybe a couple, maybe with some nuggets between. I wouldn't want to use a lot. Maybe put like this. I don't want this to be too chunky. Because that pretty much is almost the whole length right there. I don't like it. I really don't. All right, let me pause and find something else to make to go with that. Okay, so while I was off camera, I went ahead, figured out how I wanted these other ones to lay. I, put some different interest colors in to kind of bring in the black from the watch and the golds and the browns, and still let the turquoise be center stage. So we are going to go ahead and start putting this together. Now, I doubt these are going to just hook here. If they do, that's amazing. They do. So we don't need to do anything more on this side. What we're going to focus on is fastening over here. Now, I don't know if these little ones are going to work. We're going to try it. If they do, that's fantastic. If not, we will find something else. So I'm going to put on one here, and I need to turn this a little bit. This watch is incredibly heavy. And that band is, that little thing there is really thick. So I may have to get a bigger jump ring for this. Okay, I have it on there. So let's go ahead and get a hold of that and close it up. These are my best ones. That's why I want to use them. Let me get a hold of them with the pointy part. Goodness. Let me hold it with my finger. Get a hold of this part with these pliers. Okay. I wish I had some more small tip. Do you know what? These have a small tip. Let's get a hold of them with my crimp pliers and these. There we go. That is closed. Holy cow, that was not easy, guys. So I'm going to do it with my crimp pliers. And I won't make you watch because this is going to be time consuming. Okay, so if you thought I struggled with the first one, it was nothing trying to get the other ones on. I took 20 minutes and I could not get the second one on. So I ditched the idea of these gold ones. I went with a 5mm just from my stash of these, and that's going to be good enough. So we're going to measure how long this is, and of course we're going to go from there to there. It is 6 1/4 inches. Like I said, I can always give the person, you know, when they try it on, all they have to do is say it needs more. I will add either a jump ring if they need 6 1/2, add a jump ring with a like an extender on this side, and make it the size that they want. This makes these fully adjustable for whoever purchases them. So this bracelet watch is fully adjustable to whoever wants it. It is very much Southwestern with real turquoise nuggets and turquoise chips. I absolutely love how this turned out. And I am like an inch more around the wrist for this, and I would kill the battery. I have not been able to wear watches since I had my kids, my first one. So there you go. Turning a watch that cannot be worn because of a cheap wristband that is just glued on very cheaply into something beautiful, functionable, that anybody would love to have. Thank you for hanging out with me, everybody. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I appreciate you for hanging out with me and watching this video. And I have 3 more watches to do, but I probably won't do videos on each and every one of them. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. Bye, everybody.